Hello, everybody. What's up? What's up? Gunnar Stahl, thanks for the resub. JBK209, thanks for the 30 months. And Honeypot 1990, thanks for the 26 months. I'll start off by saying that we are on a 60-second delay. All right, that's not usual for streams that we run here, but it is necessary in order to comply with the fair play rules. So I'll just wanted to say that so that everyone knows. We have the command as well, ! delay. Just as a reminder, there are some other commands that you guys should definitely check out if you want more information. Those are also in the title. ! Format and ! Roster. So it's going to be 10-minute games with a 2-second increment. 10 plus 2. It's a little bit shorter than some previous editions of the Pro Chess League. All right. Sometimes they've had 15-minute games. We're going to go with 10-minute games this time around. But the format is going to be very similar to what you might remember, where a team of 4 plays against a team of 4. All 4 of the players on Team B play against all 4 of the players on Team A. So there's going to be 4 rounds. Magnus Carlsen is board 1 for us. He's going to play against the other teams board 1, 2, 3, and 4. So every player plays 4 games, 16 total points up for grabs. And that's why first team to get 8.5 points wins. Nice and simple. If you do want to read even more information about tie breaks or whatever, there's also in the ! Format command a link to the official rule set for the Pro Chess League. More than welcome to read that. Hello, Xmodal Linux, MapRail, great to see you, buddy. Just get a refresh on here. Looks like they haven't started anything just yet. That's right. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy V-Day indeed. Armin Local Hero, thanks for the 40 months with Prime. Lord Ragey, thanks for the 4 months with Prime. Hello, Jumpy. Got the morning OJ here. And I've got the PCL merch behind me, right? I mean, look at this. Look at this display. Also, if you guys are subscribed in chat, you will find a logo that might be very, very useful for today's match. An emote, Cobras PCL, pretty sure is what it is. Cobras PCL. That's our logo. So if you're a sub here, and we do have our fair share of you, feel free to spam that loud and proud. Also, ! Roster. That will tell you guys who is even on the team today, for us and for our opponents. We're going with Grandmaster Magnus Carlsen, Grandmaster Ariantari, Grandmaster Razvan Preotu, and WGM Jennifer Yu. So that's our team of 4. And then on the other side, we have GM Wonder Liang, GM Daniel Naroditsky, GM Brandon Jacobson, and GM Irina Krush. Every roster has to have a female player, and it also has to meet an average rating requirement of, I believe, 2550. I think there are some, basically some nice rules. So, for example, we have Magnus on the team, but I don't think he's fully counting as like his actual rating, 2850 plus, right? Which helps make rosters work. So all those small details and rules will be in that more official rule set here. Right on my screen, you can see info. Yeah, you can read all about that stuff here. Carlson the Great, Shaved Deer, thank you so much for 5 gifted subs apiece. The Quick Cinco's, Dizzy Bagel 94, thanks for the 17. JS Stats, Appreciate the brand new Prime sub. Orange, Mr. Orange with the 1,000 bits. Hockey and things, 16 months. Just gonna keep refreshing here. It looks like, there we go. The games should all start at the same time, so I'm gonna keep looking for them here. Should all pop up. For those asking about webcams, the answer is definitely yes. I just wanted to wait until all the games started because, you know, some players were late getting in the Zoom call, and it's also a little tricky because in the Zoom call I'm in, there's also a bunch of screen shares going on, so the cameras are a little small. So I'm working on that, but I do have access to them, so I'll be adding them throughout the broadcast here. I'm starting to wonder, are they staggering the games? They shouldn't really be. Yeah, here we go. Okay, another game getting underway here. Maybe they're staggering them ever so slightly, but we're off. We're off here. Jennifer, you representing the Chessbrahs here. Technically our board 4, and a Wonder Liang is the board 1 for our opponents. Meanwhile, it looks like this game is about to start. Waiting for them all to pop up here. Stick with this one for now. Hello, Omid, Ralph, Darkbone. Muffle, thanks for the 3 years with us. 49 months from Digger, Duck, and Ajipov. 42 months. Amazon Prime Trial XD with the brand new Prime sub. We love that. We love an Amazon Prime trial. Do the matches happen simultaneously? They should. Here we go. I think they're just starting them up here. So I see we've got 2 games on. Oh, there we go. That's useful to know, RLB. 1 minute between each game start. Not sure if that makes a huge difference, but good to know, good to know. Just get another refresh in here. It looks like they should be getting the 3rd game up. So this is our board 4 against board 1. Then we have Razvan, our board 3 against Daniel Naroditsky, our opponent's board 2. And then Aryan's game should be the next to start, followed by Magnus Carlsen. What was the opening here? Epats, thanks for the 23 months. Chess Dojo Live, appreciate the raid. Welcome, welcome. Just some PCL coverage here. Week 1, it's just got underway. Okay, so already going to be losing this this bishop here, but you know, the compensation for dropping the bishop so early, the light square bishop, one of the best attacking pieces, is of course that white has, you know, multiple pieces developed, king's castled, and you know, if black ever develops this bishop, which is already tough to do, not a lot of squares, you know, if you go here, you might run into a trade or d4. Bishop b4 is not possible right now, and bishop e7 takes away the only square for the knight, right? Because knight h6 you could look at and say, okay, it makes sense, but you know, where is it going? So that's why black started with the knight development first in order to try to fit all the pieces. But once that bishop does move, whether it goes here, 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 you know, white has ideas to slide the queen over and put a lot of pressure on that pawn. So look for white if they're able to exchange dark squared bishops to get a very good position here. But for now, Naroditsky starting solid, has the bishop pair, but needs to get developed. As for this game, pretty standard start here. Jennifer Yu against a Wonder. I'm not sure if they played before, but them being both talented youngsters in the US, I'm sure they have. we have a Queen's Gambit declined, and immediately Knight E4 played, which is, you know, usually you want something like this, where, of course, Knight takes would be a big mistake, and if Bishop takes, Black has the option Knight F6 with Rook E8 to follow, or F5, but, you know, Knight F6 and Bishop F5 might be an idea. F5 also looks nice enough with Knight F6 to follow. So pretty tame start. Let's pull up what I think should be on right now. There we go, the third game. And it looks like Magnus's game is underway as well. So perfect, we got all the boards up now. We got all the boards up now. And yeah, if you're wondering why like board 4 is playing board 1, I think they've actually done a good job with the broadcast. And hello to the Raiders. Hello 60 seconds ago. We are on a 60-second, 1-minute delay. Just so you guys know, because I am commentating some pretty important, meaningful games from the Pro Chess League that's on right now. And just complying with the fair play requirements. But hello, and thank you so much, Anna, for the raid. The match just got underway. Canada Chessbrahs versus Charlotte Cobras. And this is round 1, so you guys are here at a great time. Magnus Carlsen is headlining for us. And I was just explaining that, you know, board 4 right now is playing board 1. For example, I wonder is there board 1? Jennifer's our board 4. And meanwhile, Magnus Carlsen's playing Irina Crush. And let me flip the board here. Same thing here. But yeah, Magnus is obviously board 1 for the Chessbrahs. But when you get to the round 4, it'll be board 1 against board 1, board 2 against board 2. So I think Chess.com's done a good thing in that regard. They've saved the like most even matchups technically on paper for the final round, which I think is I think it's good. Makes it exciting. Now, like I said, I do have access to the cams, so give me a moment here. I'm gonna start adding some of those cams to the screen. But the reason that I've been trying to think how to do this in the best possible way is because there's so many webcams in this in this Zoom call that the quality is like not super high. There's also this like everybody sharing their screens, right? Fair play, all that. Everyone's got multiple cameras. Everyone is sharing their screens. So there's a lot of people in here. There's a lot of people in here. Yeah, if you guys want any information about, you know, the full rule set, the format, all that, I mean, I can explain it once more, but also just type ! format, and if that doesn't give you enough info, there's even a link in there you can click to read about it more yourself. But essentially, the time control is 10 minutes, 2-second increment. Everybody plays 4 games. You play against everybody on the opposing team. So you play against everyone else. I wish these, it looks like when I switch the games, they're actually, this is a little annoying. Like, when I switch back to the game, it doesn't stay with the board flipped, you know? Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, it's 10 minutes, 2-second increment, and for example, Magnus, board 1, plays against board 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the opponents. And that means that there's 16 points up for grabs, which is why 8.5 points is the target score. To get to 8.5 points, you win. Now, I'm pretty sure this might be some theory here. We see knight takes d5, which is a little fancy, but white essentially can never lose that dark square bishop. All right. Let's see here. What can we do? These cams in here. I feel like the quality will be a little low, but better to have the cam than not, right? I'm gonna try to get all of our players in here. Plus, my cam doesn't need to be this big, right? What the hell am I doing? Let's minimize this guy. Let's minimize this Hamilton guy. All right. We've got one. Magnus is playing from the usual setup now, right? I can say the usual. Keep up with the live position here. And we'll get another cam in here for us. Here we go. We're slowly populating the list. This looks like a move to trade a bunch of pieces. I'm gonna leave this game and go to another one for now. How's Aryan doing? Meanwhile, I'm gonna get these cams added. This position looks equal enough. Remember, Aryan's with the black pieces here. But White's position obviously looks good. It doesn't look winning or anything dangerous, but it does look good. Holy cow, what is up with this? Hey guys, I mean, you remember what I was telling you about this opening? What did I say? I said, you know, if we could trade these dark square bishops, White would be doing fantastic, right? Well, look what happened in this game. White did exactly that, and I mean, just a massive advantage. Knight g5 happening, and instead, we see White is now up a pawn. I mean, is he not just crushing here? This looks like a fantastic start for Razvan. You know, he's just clearly better against Danya. So, speaking of Razvan, I'm going to get his cam added now. But let's stay on this game for the moment. Thank you to mflopb47, Sforlosen, and Birdbra. Thanks for the resubs, guys. All right. Here we go. So I think technically, gotta organize these. Let's go like 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's get the last cam in here. We're doing well. We're getting there. We're getting there. Looks like a great position though. Really impressed so far by Razvan. All right, we've got the squad. There we go. There we go. All right. It's improving. We've reached maximum production quality. So we've got Magnus, Aryan, Razvan, and Jennifer there. Hello, Mannered Monkey. Hello, Mr. Kurtz. Kurtz is a former pillar of the Canadian Chessbrahs team in the PCL. No doubt onlooking with pride. I mean, guys, this just looks so good. You know what the best part about this position is? That knight, pawn is dominate these squares. Knight covers c2. That rook has no entry. I see this happening. I mean, all I can say, guys, is it looks like Razvan's off to a great start. I'm going to switch to another game, but, you know, gotta say, white pieces early on. He's up a pawn. He's got an amazing knight. This is killer. So, fantastic. We'll leave that there. Let's jump over to Jennifer Yu's game. Yeah, and it looks like we did see mass exchanges. And although black, you know, is maybe slightly better here, I wouldn't say it's too dangerous. The one thing about this move is it does, I was going to say it allows this. Maybe I wonder it's not thinking about that, but I was thinking maybe h5 could be dangerous, but I think he wants to play h5 without allowing e5 check, disconnecting the rook there. So I think that's what's going on. But this looks very equal, right? And if obviously Jennifer, our board 4, if she was able to, let's say, hold a draw against board 1 from the other team, no, that's not a bad result. But it definitely looks like a wonder with moves like this is going to be pressing. Okay, so yeah, I think this move is strong. Keep in mind the time, Jennifer Yu, less than a minute. Not easy to play. Just going to check in with some of the other boards, but that one has the most time pressure. Well, I say that, but maybe you could argue this game has the most time pressure. Magnus has 7 minutes to Irina Krush with only 1 minute. And yeah, Magnus just got the edge from that exchange early on, and ooh, pawn takes, offering the rook, but looked like b2 would be thrown in there. And yeah, now it looks like this pawn might fall, that pawn might fall. Everything kind of falling apart here for Irina Krush. So Magnus seems to be off to a flying start here with the black pieces. So it's looking great on Magnus's board. Jumping to check out Aryan's position as well. He's just played queen e4. Just flip the board for a sec. Yeah, he's pinning this pawn, so he wants to. Well, I assume he's going to take. Is there a trick here? Is, for example, why is he not just up a pawn? This is where I feel like I'm definitely missing something, but here, I mean, take. Bishop takes is surely wrong. Like, is white gonna keep the queen or something? What's going on here? By the way, Magnus has won the game, actually by checkmate. Rook b2, to show you guys the finish there. Rook a3, Rook e1 just mate on the board. But hey, I mean, I don't think that this game was being saved, right? I don't think it was being saved. Meanwhile, over here, you have to think that Aryan is doing very well, right? He just won the pawn, he traded queens. I don't think Aryan is going to lose this game, obviously. It'd be tough for him to win it because it looks like White's going to switch everything and make a draw. But hey, win by Magnus. Looks like it might be a draw by Aryan. Razvan's position, how's it looking? I mean, still as good as I remember it. Maybe better. He's now up 2 pawns and maybe going for number 3. I mean, this looks like a massacre, this game. Start to finish, it's been super impressive by Razvan. As we see Magnus is out of the chair there. So it could be, yeah, now 3 pawns to the good. And let's check in with Jennifer's game, because this is the game that that is certainly going to be the closest in the round. So I would say, based on what I see on the board so far, probably 2.5 to half is seems fair. But obviously, a Wonder is pressing for the win here, and with only 4 seconds ticking down, this is going to be tough. So she's sprinting with the king, but I think that rook is going to come right back. Oh no, rook e7. Wasn't even expecting that, but now the king is all over the place. Rook check, king here. Yeah, he just decides to take the pawn. And this is probably too much, because now the pawn is just running, and White doesn't have a pass pawn, and meanwhile, this is protected. So I think we will see a loss here, and if all the games go the expected route, then I think it should be a... Oh, rook here, interesting. I wonder why the engine didn't like that move. To me, this move looks like the move I would have played, and it looks winning. But not a fan of it for some reason. Not a fan. There we go. Game is over. It's unfortunate, guys. Tough loss here for Jennifer. Makes sense to me. Like, I don't even know why the engine doesn't think this is completely losing. This endgame is dead, unfortunately. Let's go over here, because I think you guys could join me in agreeing that Daniel Naroditsky doesn't lose games for free. Like, this guy never seems to just get absolutely crushed. So, yeah, I don't expect this to be easy. He's super tricky, and time is getting down to that very critical juncture. Less than a minute each. That's where Naroditsky is the trickiest. But if we're able to pull out this win, I think Aryan shouldn't lose his game, and therefore in round 1, I think we might be able to come away with 2.5 to 1.5. So let's see, though. Let's see. Rook d7. I suspect king g6. And, I mean, this is a threat. Knight takes f5. I'm not sure about this move. Maybe knight e4 looks a little bit wild. Knight takes f5 could be an idea. I see Aryan getting up from the chair, which probably means draw. And yeah, definitely a draw. I think this was super expected. Understandable. Okay, so right now, guys, the score is even. Board 1 on both teams won. And Naroditsky has probably done, about as good of a job as he can here. Black has chances. Because White's pawn is getting very disconnected from the rest. I don't think this is so easy anymore, guys. I mean, there's a pawn hanging there. I think this one's going towards a draw. This looks like this is, as I said, so classic of Naroditsky. He just finds a way. He just finds a way. I wonder what he'll do now. Again, the pawns are so disconnected. It looks like this is going to be probably a 2-2 round. We had chances for more, and king c7. I mean, allowing those pawns to connect. Unusual. Very unusual. Hang on a sec. Should be winning now. Should be winning now. I mean, you got those pass pawns. You got those pass pawns. That's unbelievable. We have to go back and maybe check that endgame. Oh my goodness. What? King f7, rook e5. So tricky. So tricky. And he's going to make a draw. Jeez. I just can't tell who's blundering. Like, now it's a draw for sure. Can't tell who's making the last blunder here. Stressful endgame. Both guys under 10 seconds, and there we go. Yeah, it will make a draw in the end. This, I just, like, 2 pawns. So, king f7, I mean, you can see what he wants to do. He wants to hide so he can bring the king over, but just completely overlooking this move. Now, if he doesn't play king f7, he certainly has to go back. So going there in the first place was the wrong idea. But I'm trying to see what the winning idea is. I think something like this. And then king d3. That's what makes sense to me. Is find a way so you don't deal with more checks, and then throw in a move like rook check next. And I feel like if the king goes there, your rook goes there, king goes here, rook can also connect. And then, you know, for example, here you can start bringing the king up. And king here, rook here. I mean, this should also be just trivial. Pawns push up, and the rook helps it promote. I mean, easier said than done now that I'm sitting here, right, with tons of time on my hands, able to just analyze everything. But 2 connected pawns, you should not be drawing. That's for sure. So I would say Daniel got extremely lucky. I mean, I don't even want to talk about how good the game was from the start. This was an amazing game by Razvan. Like right from the beginning, Daniel had to play f6. He's losing a pawn, trading the queens, and he has the bad bishop. I mean, this was just an unbelievable game by Razvan. And here it's just unnecessarily tricky, I guess. Like, why give black all this counterplay? But with the knight on the board, like this position looks dominant. So, man, that's really unfortunate. You know, you could probably look at it both ways. You know, it's really bad not to win that game. Not gonna lie. But guess what? Razvan, our board 3. Just played an unbelievable game against Naroditsky. He didn't convert it. He didn't lose the game, but I think it's a good sign going forward. I think he's quite dangerous on board 3 for us. So happy about that, but you got to be converting those. There's no excuses. This game is so winning. Those are the PCL nerves, right, guys? PCL nerves coming in. El Trapo, thanks for 29 months. Liv Callow, 25. Aruba Madik Knightley, thank you for the 32 months with Prime. The Saints, appreciate the $5. Vakan, thanks for the 2 months with Prime. And thanks for the raid there, Anna Kuchava. Appreciate it. Chrisopi, thanks for the 3 months. Xenobate, 3 months as well with Prime. So the match is 2-2 right now. I'm going to update our title here with the score. There we go. And I'll also update our score command. I added a score. I'll put it in the title as well. But yeah, it's 2-2. So essentially, the board 1 for both teams. So Magnus and are the next games on? Let's check. Or I guess not, because no one's sitting down. The board 1's won, and then the other boards were a draw. So 2-2 right now. Strike 69, thanks for the 31 months. And yes, there is a 60-second delay, for those wondering. Yeah, Danya is such... I mean, I don't want to say told you so, but I told you so, right? Daniel Naroditsky, when the time got less than a minute, White's advantage was almost the highest it had been the entire game. But that's just... I mean, Danya's just going to do Danya things. He's such a resourceful defender, such a tricky guy, that... And I know this firsthand. When you have an advantage, and time gets low, the pressure's on, he's able to consistently find the best move all the time, tricky moves. But it feels like you can't keep up with him sometimes. All right, but it is only round 1 in the books. Remember, there are 4 games. Sorry, 4 rounds. 4 games per round. All right, so Magnus won, Aryan drew, Razvan drew, and Jennifer, you lost her game to board 1, Wonder Liang. Yeah, hopefully Razvan doesn't get tilted. I don't think he will, because at the end of the day he didn't lose the game, and you know he was up against a very strong player. But the thing is, when you're a grandmaster, you're definitely ready to compete with everyone. Refresh here. Looks like the matches aren't on just yet, so. I don't know why they keep showing these games. How do you guys feel about round 1? Mixed feelings for me. Like, obviously, got pretty excited about potentially a win for Razvan there. But at the end of the day, 2-2, not a big deal. Yeah, there's a few people dropping from the call. I think they just like flick the cans on and off in between rounds just to like chill. Here we go. It looks like one of the games is starting. Thanks, JT, for the 1,000 bits. Okay, so it looks like by some people coming in and out of the call, I'm gonna have to recrop these cameras, which is annoying. They don't understand. I think the game is on. I can't tell though. There we go. There we go. Okay, so dude, people dropping in and out of the call is it's tough to keep up with. And all it takes is one person, you know? I'm gonna get everyone back here. You're gonna get everyone back. I wonder where his opponent is. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, here we go. This is what we want. Thanks for the raid hammer. This should be much more useful, guys, because I think now we should have the live games. And Aryan's time is ticking, which means he needs the Chessbrahs tech support. Yeah, the events page is... Anyway, this should be a lot better. I was supposed to have this for the first round, but I don't know, I must have missed it. But these are the games that are supposed to sync up with the webcams a bit better. So, okay, now back to these cams. Here we go. It's like, you know, there's obviously internet issues for for Aryan, but like we're looking at the guy, right? Like we can see him. He's connected to the call. So it's like I don't know. I mean thanks for the raid hammer. Appreciate it again. What is Aryan doing? Well, he can't connect to chess.com. I don't know because I'm not part of the discussions, but like he obviously is having trouble connecting or something. But he's been in the call the whole time. That's the thing. Like we've been seeing him on camera. What's going on here? Okay, so maybe he couldn't connect. It wasn't that he couldn't connect to chess.com, it was that they started the wrong... I think they started the wrong game. Right? Does that make more sense now, guys? Because I was looking at the camera and I seen him there and I was like, I saw Jeff come up here to like get something. I thought maybe tech support, like can't connect to chess.com, but we've been seeing him in the webcam the whole time. I think the problem was they started the wrong game. That's what I understand now. Because he was supposed to be playing Arena Crush, and instead that last game was against a Wonder Liang. So there was something strange going on there. Something strange. So do we have all the games now? Let's get Magnus's game up. So I think we do now. I think we do now. Right? Does this make more sense, guys? Now we have everyone. We have Brandon Jacobson against Magnus, so Magnus with the white pieces. And then we have Ariantari playing with white against Arena Crush. Jennifer Yu with the black pieces against Daniel Naroditsky. And then Wonder Liang against Razvan. So this makes a lot more sense. I think we're good now. I think we're good now. Okay, so what happened in this game here? Razvan against the Wonder. I mean, takes, and knight a4, bishop a3, like just going for the weaknesses. That's very much a plan here. Very much a plan. I mean, this bishop, yeah, the light squares are dangerous, but for example, let's say black does nothing. Takes, knight a4. Like, yes, you can do this, but it's very hard to keep this pawn. And white starts to get easy play. Queen c2, for example, looking to trade, bishop here. So that's the idea of this move. But also this pawn is tough to defend. Like if knight a4 happens now, you can't really play b6 because of the knight. So Razvan has some small things to consider in the opening. Knight b4 might be a very active response to bishop there. But also I suspect bishop d7 is just fine here. As for Daniel Naroditsky, it looks like he's got a great position. He's got two bishops. Let's flip the board here for a sec. Okay, so I admit I'm not too familiar with this theory here. I have seen this before, but knight f4 and getting c4 and then everybody takes here. I mean, white is just going to be slightly better for most of this game. So Jennifer Yu has her work cut out for her here because she's up against the bishop pair. She's got an isolated pawn. Yeah, I mean, black wants to go a6, you know, h6, these kind of moves, rook c8, but it's going to be tough because the move c4 is coming as well. Move c4 is happening as well. So great position for Danya. Definitely like his game so far. Razvan, I think, is doing fine there, but still balanced chances. Let's take a look at Aryan's game. Okay, pretty normal. He's going for the full send. h4, h5, and f4. So super aggressive from Aryan here. And he's a little bit down on time compared to his opponent. I mean, this is in the cards for sure because you kind of want the rook defending this pawn. Knight e4. Very interesting move because it certainly seems to me like with this threat that knight takes is required. And then I'm thinking, okay, why does he want these knights traded so badly? After bishop takes. I mean, one thing that's certainly true here is that black almost needs to castle this way because bishop takes h6 is waiting for you, plus an open g file if you ever castle kingside. But knight e4 from Aryan is, I mean, certainly seems interesting to not, I don't know, maybe develop more pieces first. But it's not that easy to develop here. Like knight f3. I mean, it's an okay move, but where's the knight going next, right? So it's been captured. Bishop takes, as expected. And now I'm thinking that maybe Aryan wants to play knight h3, knight f2, perhaps. Could be. Oh, we see the jacket coming off for Aryan. It's getting serious, guys. It's getting serious. Chessdad512, thanks for the 23 months, 1,000 bits from Dr. Lord Mayonnaise, who's cheering for the other guys across the pond. King Spence, thanks for the 33-month resub, and T Jeezy, thanks for the 2 years with us. Okay, I mean, this is all forcing. Bishop develops, but I will say the one thing about this is it gives some squares, and I can see Aryan being okay with this. Knight maybe to h4, something like that. White gets some squares, that's all I'm going to say. Okay, let's take a look at what Magnus has got here. Almost looks like a hybrid between the Catalan and the London. I mean, look at this. Black just made 3 queen moves, and white got those 3 moves. Seems like a pretty good deal. Seems like a pretty good deal. G5 played. I mean, this move stands out, but of course the idea is that he wants to play knight d7, hitting the bishop and defending the knight. This also allows the bishop retreat square. I'm trying to see if there's an active response here, like e4. But yeah, bishop e5, knight d7 seems next. Could also take this this guy here and go for e4. And bishop e3 seems to be wrong. So very early days in this position. Magnus is up 1.5 minutes, but think about it. There's only been 10 moves played. And yeah, this was the aggressive reaction that I was kind of expecting there. Getting e4 in. One thing about Black's position, he's only got 2 pieces developed compared to pretty much everything for Magnus. So opening the position up should be desirable. So what am I thinking about all these games so far? It looks like Aryan's game is interesting, but he certainly doesn't have an advantage, but very double-edged. Magnus seems to be pressing on the clock and the board, but again, nothing serious. Naroditsky, I've liked the position a lot since the beginning. However, give a lot of credit to Jennifer for fighting here. Like, bishops look tough to handle, but I don't think her position's any worse than the last time we looked at it. The time is a factor here, down 2 minutes. And then over on this board, this was the one where I wasn't sure what was going on, because the last I looked at it was here, and he did go for this knight b4 stuff, but the queen is just getting kicked around there. So although we have the 2 bishops for Black, obviously advantage for a wonder, as he's up a pawn, and it is a center pawn, quite significant. So it looks like we have good chances maybe on Magnus's board. We're definitely clearly worse here. And Aryan's game is this is like the swing state. This is the swing state. I like Aryan's chances, but it is a very double-edged game. So I don't know. The round overall is looking super even. There's some good stuff and some bad stuff on all the boards combined. And yes, we are on a delay. For those wondering, it's a minute delay. Fair play regulations. We got Eric in the chat though. I mean, all the Erics in the chat. Mattered Monkey, Big Chief. We're gonna need some energy. Those Chessbrahs PCL emotes. That might be necessary to fuel some comebacks here because it's not looking fantastic on all the boards. Low Chess Ninja. I'd like to see maybe something like this, but I'm trying to understand what Black is looking to do next. Perhaps even something aggressive like D5. Yep. Aryan is tickling a move like b4. The knight is entrenched on g6. Great piece. Tier 3, Carter Too Tired to Taco, thanks for the 25 months. And Svarg42, appreciate the 1 year with us. Yeah, the thing is, all players on our opponent's team are extremely, extremely good. What is happening in Magnus's game here? Bishop d6. And you can't allow that move to happen, so you have to take it. And then h4 played. What a savage. Doesn't even take back. Wants to establish things first over here. After g4, might capture then, or potentially even throw in the move h5, which looks tricky. So looking better and better on Magnus's board, especially when you factor in the clock there as well. g4 played. Now, I think this or knight e4 are both pretty viable. Yeah, h5 looks like the move to throw in. And after knight here, maybe knight d7. So good chances there. a3 played. So because Aryan is tickling the move b4, I feel like Black needs to act fast here. There's none of these moves seem very dangerous. Bishop g5. So I wonder. So takes, queen takes, and what comes next? What's the idea? Is it knight d4? Like just play down the pawn? Because how do you get this pawn actually? Rook here, bishop here. I mean, it's slow, but maybe white just doesn't have the pieces to coordinate. Remember, this bishop on g2 and rook on b1 are still going to be eyeballing the b7 square. So I think Aryan just doesn't want to deal with any threats to the king. Why bother? Instead, he's just going to continue with his plan. Say, look, you can take me. I'm going to take on b5, and there'll be huge threats on b7 here. So I see what Aryan is up to. He's trying to be direct. Okay, let's see what's going on in this game. This has been just a tough game for Jennifer because I mean dealing with these bishops is just hell. It really is. G4 might be an idea now. You know, I'm almost looking at things like that, and yeah, she goes here. So taking is not necessarily a good move at all for white. And taking here, knight takes. I mean, white has a amazing position, but just not completely winning or anything like that. You're not winning material as far as I can see. Your rook is almost trapped, but not quite. You know, it's barely surviving against the bishops here. Less than a minute for Jennifer Yu. And what is happening over here? It looks like Razvan has utilized the bishops fairly decently. He's won a pawn back, and he might be getting a blockade in. I mean, a very temporary blockade, by the way. Takes in knight e4. I wouldn't say he's out of the woods yet, but perhaps an active move like b5 is going to help him out soon enough. I could see something like that. b5, very dangerous, so of course we're going to have to see d6 at some point. Okay, so this board is looking a lot better than the last time we looked at it, guys. I'm going to stay here for a sec. We got 30 seconds for a wonder. And with b5 as a huge threat, I think things are, well, they're getting spicy and maybe in a good way for us. Takes, I'm looking at rook takes. Perhaps it's the wrong idea. Maybe there was some bishop b5 move there. Yeah, this is a messy position. 2 bishops for black plus a potential outside pass pawn. I'm liking the chances there. I'm liking the chances. Nerditsky has a long-term edge in his game. Spicy game between Tari and Irina, but I'm gonna stay here just for a sec. I want to see how this time trouble plays out, because if I'm not mistaken, I think these guys were the first game to begin. Rook. Oh my goodness, this was just, he just got out calculated. I think this was just he saw rook d8, queen e4, covering the rook, and I don't blame him, but queen b5, I think he just got out calculated there, because this was played confidently by a wonder, and the eval bar says, yes, please. Although the rook is protected, queen b5, it's pinned, queen takes bishop is coming. I can't really see, I mean, this is checkmate, threatened. I don't really see a way out other than losing way too much material. Way too much material. So, unfortunate, because it looked like he might have been flipping things around here, but, I mean, this was just, this was a very strong reaction. I mean, if only we could do... It's with check, too. The rook is so damn annoying. Takes, and I think he's played the only continuation that's even playable. So this is at least, we're at least playing the game here, right? You could dream of some perpetuals. And remember, this is no walk in the park. That is perpetual if you take 4 seconds. He's gone here. Take that king g5, queen e5. He's actually surviving here. He's got to find moves, because this is not easy. Is it? No, I was gonna say, is it king back? King here. Wait a minute. b2, and if you take, it's mate. Wait a minute. You could promote and go queen here. This is an unbelievable game. Holy hell, he's actually in this for a sec. I can't believe he survived that. What the hell are we watching right now? This is insane. Look at that king. He wants to be a part of the action. Holy smokes. I'm glad we stayed with this game, because there's a lot of other games to watch. We can only watch one at a time, but Razvan got things done. I'm gonna leave it now because it's probably at the stage where it's more conversion based. I just want to check on some of the other games. What's the lay of the land? It looks like Magnus with knight a7 might be getting things done, or rook d8. Rook d8 as well. Unfortunately, Jennifer just lost her game. I can see not only the reaction, but guys, I mean, what did we just watch in that Razvan game? Yeah, piece blunder here. Nerditsky always had the upper hand, so tough game. Whatever Razvan just did there is like a silence to the haters from last game. Razvan is here to play today, guys. He put on a sick performance in game 1, didn't convert it fully, came right back and did it all over again and said, yeah, remember that? Remember that? That was just insane how he survived that. Magnus appears to be winning. Aryan appears to be winning. But I would say that it's not over till it's over. So let's see if we can get some full points. And Magnus stopping h5, threatening this. Looks like a classy conversion with only 4 seconds for black. He wants to do this. You know, h5 is happening. And how do you get the pieces back? Is it like, you know, knight there type of thing? Yeah. Here, and you plant that knight probably. Yeah, and now I think Magnus is getting it done. As long as there's no crazy fork blunder, that's the only thing you really have to watch out for. Like knight here, king there, knight d5. Yeah, now these knights, by the way, are kind of stuck together. Okay, I mean, it's probably like the best possible chance for black, but it's a little cruel that you could fork the king and rook and still be dead loss. Takes a3 and you have 2 pass pawns, but let's get to the live game here. I think Aryan's getting it done. 3 seconds for black. I think Aryan is doing what's required here. Let's just watch the technique because there's not much I can add to this game. It looks like Aryan's got it all taken care of. There we go. There we go. What do you think of that? I'm going to make sure we have our KOs ready because I think one might be in order. What do you think? Maybe just maybe an Eric KO. Manager Hansen, Big Chief KO. This KO comes from Manager Hansen putting this roster together, understanding that this lineup would perform in round 2. That's a Manager KO. Go Eric. But in all seriousness, let's take a look at some of these games. I talked about this game with Razvan. I mean, we watched the finish. This was insane. Razvan came out of a dead loss position here. But now, the funny thing is, after king h6, it's like, what's the win? Right? If you had to find the win here in like a couple seconds, I mean, queening surely makes sense. Queen takes. But here you have to find it and like, it's not super obvious. He does this. King here, which is a mistake, but like, you have to find out why. If rook d4, king h3, I don't think you're doing anything there. So what was missed here? I think it was rook. No, it's not rook takes rook. What was missed here? Maybe it is rook here. It's rook here and the check is covered, but now we just need like a precise move, like queen g5. Yeah, it's this, isn't it? That's gross. Queen g5. That's tough to find with rook h4 and queen g3 made in some cases. Instead he goes here, takes the rook. I mean, at this point, this move is also available. But b2 looked good to me. I'm super impressed by this game and the conversion. The king is super safe. Here, we've got the queen coming in. Now this is a threat and you just walk the pawn. Beautiful. Just such a good comeback. Kept in there with the nerves. Very impressed by Razvan's performance so far. Jennifer, unfortunately, had her 2 toughest games first, to be honest. She played board 1 and board 2. So hopefully she can bounce back against some of the lower rated players on the team. But she was always going to be in tough. She played really well, by the way. I'm seeing the game now. We missed this live. But she played this well. Up against 2 bishops, it's just long-term. Time pressure plus the bishops is tough to handle. So, yeah, she's obviously not happy about missing this. Ran into some trouble. And then here, this move doesn't really matter. I know it's a blunder, but she's already down a piece. And that's over. That's over. So tough game for Jennifer. But like I said, she has had her 2 hardest games immediately. So let's see how she does in games 3 and 4, where she'll be playing boards 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Aryan, we missed the conversion in this one. b4 played d5. I was expecting this move at some point. And e4, so just super messy here. And Aryan navigating some complications. E3, closing off the diagonal, and this is fairly well contained here. Nice tactic there. Queen f4 check and knight f8. Yeah, and Aryan just... I mean, if queen takes h5, then I'm wondering about this. Takes. Queen check. How's queen check? It looks like queen e8's available, but... I mean, yeah, maybe queen c7 is nice and simple, but forgive me for being tempted by queen f8. Crushing game, though. Just converted it beautifully. Aryan, very nice game by Mr. Tari. There we go. So Aryan got the win as well, and then Magnus, we saw his conversion at the end, but how did it go from this position? Not so easy. I mean, he had to work for this game, but looks like the f5 square was too comfortable, and after d5, surprisingly not captured. Instead, this looks really nice. This is a game just full of conversion, because Magnus was slightly better for the most part, but would never say he was totally winning. So he was spending most of his time this endgame converting, which is always tough to do. You know, he makes it look easy. Strong players make it look easy, but it's difficult to win a position that's winning. I mean, you just saw a wondrous position, right? Against Razvan, totally winning, even more so than this. And hey, it happens. Just not being able to convert. So that's a huge round for us. Magnus wins, Aryan wins, Razvan wins, meaning we get the round 3-1. So I'm going to update the score as well. It's now 5-3. Updated our exclamation mark score command as well as our title. That's right, Asios. Hey to buddy Asios. MapRail, thank you for the 5,000 bits. Just catching up with the subs and the chat. Big McLarge Huge 92. Thanks for the 11 months. Half Man in the Hand, 33 months with Prime. Pack Rank Mate, 14 months with Prime. And MapRail, again, thank you for the bits, the cheers. MapRail, great start. I know that round 1 was only 2-2, but we saw some good things from especially Razvan that round. Some close games. But now I will say, in these last 2 rounds, even though we're ahead, the matchups are very close now, because now you're going to get players who are on board 1 and 2 on each team playing players on board 1 and 2. So these are going to be the tricky matchups. And in the final round, every matchup is going to be playing their respective board. So in round 4, it's going to be board 1 against board 1, board 2 against board 2, 3 against 3, 4 against 4. And also, keep in mind, Jennifer Yu, the US Women's Champion, she has played Irina Krush probably numerous games, probably in some very important rounds as well. So they definitely know each other, and that matchup I am really looking forward to. So we'll see what happens with that, but they've played before, for sure. It's nice I don't have to worry about missing the games when nobody's sitting in their chairs, because I can see the webcams. So I know that there's no way the games have started. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Magnus versus Danya in the next round. So I think it should be like board 1 plays board 2 on both teams, and board 3 plays board 4. I think that's the next round, and then the final round is 1 plays 1, 2 plays 2. And also keep in mind, everybody, that once a team reaches 8.5 points, the match just ends. So, for example, right now we have 5 points. If we have an amazing next round and we get 3.5 points, the match would end. So it's all about, keeping that team aspect in mind and just collecting points to try to get 8.5. You don't always have to be the hero, go for win in your game. Sometimes a draw is the best team result. So you also want, the players to be aware of the score of the match, how the other games are going. That might affect your decision. And we're halfway through. We've done 2 rounds. Round 3 will be getting underway shortly. If you just joined us, we're covering the Canada Chessbrahs against the Charlotte Cobras in week 1 of the Pro Chess League. Sir Baller, or Senor Baller, thank you for the Prime sub, Senor. No, Magnus is not playing on a laptop. And yes, Magnus and Aryan are playing from the house. The boys, they're here, they're local. Anish just tweeted for the boys. Yeah, for those that don't know, or maybe you haven't seen our video announcing our roster on YouTube. First of all, not only should you check it out, second of all, why haven't you? Anish Giri is on our team. So, I mean, these are just 4 of our players from our entire roster. You can only have 4 playing per week, but Anish Giri is on our roster, so you'll definitely see him playing some matches for the Chessbrahs. Nice to see him supporting the boys. The boys and the girls. Let's not forget, this PCL is all about the ladies. There needs to be a lady in every roster, so you'll see Jennifer and you'll see Miley Jade also. You'll see them, I don't know, like if there's any official like plan for them alternating, but I'm assuming you'll see a mix of both of those young ladies on our roster. They are local. Quick Josh, thanks for the 46 months. Waterbase 111, thanks for the brand new Prime. Tier 3, Meta Nick, 28 months. Go Nicholas. Thank you for the resub, Nick. Spoderman, thanks for the Prime sub. Cheers. Everyone is coming here and saying they're late. Guys, there's no delaying a broadcast. Remember, this is the PCL. Like, if you're late to the board, your time just starts running. That's it. This game is still here. Is this actually the correct pairing now? It is actually the correct pairing, because this was the incorrect one from last time. But yeah, usually what they do in the PCL is like, there's no being late. You just start the games. You just start the games and the clock starts ticking. Okay, so we got 2 games on right now so far. That's right, Kylie. So yeah, this game is the first one on. Razvan against Irina Crush. Yeah, Magnus against Danya, I believe, is the matchup. Okay. I was gonna say standard Grunfeld, but you know, Queen A4, Bishop B5, Bishop B2, relatively I would say substandard, but B5, yeah, if you go Queen B3, you kind of get hit later on by this bishop move. Black's also gonna have to recirculate that queen. Not on the square he wants to be on right now. Mad Caesar, thanks for the 10 months. Badkins gifting a sub to Captain Micmac. We do have another game on. Here it is. Jennifer Yu against Brandon Jacobson. Ruby9, you're asking about the roster, but all that tells me is that you haven't seen our YouTube video announcing our roster. I mean, come on. The information's all there. You guys gotta go watch. Eric did a beautifully done video for you guys. Going over our roster, the rules, you know, certain players that we have on the team that we're excited to bring back, some new players. We have a beautiful YouTube video for you that I can't wait for you to watch. Okay, so Grunfeld vibes here. And what I am wondering is, after E3, E4, I mean, I guess this is all right for white because of the fact you get the center like this and you don't have to trade. So although you've wasted time here, keep in mind usually in Grunfeld positions, white has a knight here, right? And because there's a knight here, when you play E4, you know, black has the option to take, which he usually wants, and then plays C5. So instead, I think it's interesting to note, you know, this move E4, there's no knight to take. So she has to retreat her knight. She does, knight B6, but then it can get bumped around, and now white can play knight C3, and there's no capture to be had. This knight can sometimes just lack squares, so I guess I understand. There, and there we go. All right, all the games are up. Magnus against Danya, Jennifer against Brandon Jacobson, a Wonderland against Ariantari, Irina Crush against Razvan, Preo 2. Here we go. Here we go. These guys, they just started. There we go. This was the opening we saw in their like fake game that started a couple rounds back, or was it just last round? Jeez, time flies. Interesting. Knight D4. Okay. We got an early trade in. I wonder if Aryan's going to go for a setup with E3 D4 or maybe D3 bishop back, more like this. But this move will probably change things. Bishop B4 G4. All right, everybody, pull out your notepads. We got some fresh stuff here. G4 played by Aryan. This is fresh out of the Norwegian cryogenic freezing chamber. What the heck is this move? I mean, I'm not gonna say this was inspired by Hambo, but if you guys were watching on stream recently, I was showing you guys one of like the very few novelties that I actually found, executed, and played in my lifetime of career playing chess. Of course, it wasn't this position or anything like that, but it was a move G4 in an English opening. Very similar idea to this. Once the knight's developed, you play G4, G5, you get the knight to back up, and you control the D5 square a lot more. So I'm just saying, it looks very familiar to me, the idea of G4, G5, because I feel like I have seen it before. So I'm very intrigued by this. Go Aryan. Go buddy. Okay, and let's have a look at this one more time. b4 and c5. Remember Razvan with the black pieces here. I mean, to me, white's position looks compact, normal. Black's going for all this, but I'm looking at all that. I'm like, hey, where are the pieces being developed? I also see a big time edge for Irina, so I'm wondering how comfortable Razvan is with the current position. But, you know, if pawn takes, I could see things getting good all of a sudden. Bishop b7, rook c8, maybe knight c6. Or even bishop a6. Maybe get some trades in. But I think Razvan, after taking, is happy. I think he's happy to see that. Perhaps it was more dangerous for white to take with the bishop. And then Jennifer's position. The knight on b6 was looking odd to me. And instead of taking on b5, trying to get the knight in, we see knight c4. Because I think she's eyeballing knight d6. Trying to force this move to take with the knight. So I think that's the plan here. We've seen this game. It does look a little better for white. Let's switch to the easily the game of the round. I mean, I don't think anyone's disputing that. Here we go. It's a King's Indian by Danya. G4. Okay, I was about to say, yeah, knight g3 is usually the move. So the idea, like, white plays this h3 g4 stuff, and it looks a bit strange, but you know, bishop e2, king f1, king g2. If that can happen, we'll see. Black often has some kind of like sacrifice that he can try on e4 with f5, f4 coming. Could be dangerous there as well. But the main idea of this is, look, it stops h5. I know that doesn't seem like much, but h5 takes, knight takes, and the knight comes to f4 is quite annoying for black. And so the knight here does a good job stopping not only h5, but f5, and it covers the e4 pawn. So knight on g3 is quite well placed. I would not be surprised if what we are looking at has not only been seen before, played before, but perhaps known to one or both of these players. Because they both seem to be playing, you know, approximately the same speed, and Magnus seemed relatively unfazed by knight a4. It responds queen d2 immediately. Razvan is definitely Romanian, that's right. That is correct. Purox, thanks for the 19 months. Skubag, 5 months with Prime, and Big T 252, thanks for the 7 with Prime. So if rook c8 or something, although this pawn is hanging right now, the other thing is white can play c4, allow this trade, and just kind of play bishop d3. And although there's a weak pawn on c4 for white, without black having both of these breaks, the position can sometimes get a bit annoying. Another move after rook c8 could be rook b4. And, you know, white just gets easy development. Bishop d3, f3, and eventually the long-term plan for white, although it's not necessarily something that you want to allow, is maybe to play h4, h5. Like that's, if white can get f3, guarding g4, h4, h5, he's happy. But yeah, Magnus is playing that c4 move like I mentioned. And he's gone for g5 though first, because he wants to make sure that knight, for example, let's say you played this. I mean, it's probably not the best move, but let me just do this just to show what I mean. Is that the knight getting d7 feels a lot better than the knight on e8. Knight on e8 goes where? c7, a6, c5. Like, it just takes longer. So I think that's why he wants to force knight e8. Takes, should keep the pieces out of f6. There we go. But Daniel's going to go for some rerouting. Like, this bishop, I imagine, might make it d7. This knight might make it to c5. I don't think he wants to go to g7. Not many prospects there. Yeah, I think we'll see this. I mean, those are just what he wants to do. From white's perspective, I mean, we can go bishop d3, king e2, f3, bishop e3. what white wants to do in general is probably punch that pawn in. If you could get the pawn to a5, you know, once you're developed, of course, then I think you'd be pretty happy. Is this knight headed to b5? So the other thing is, you know, maybe bishop h3, but that feels, well, it feels like the right bishop to trade. But the other thing about this is, you know, you're kind of leaving your c-pawn loose in the future. The reason that this is maybe tempting is because if the bishop moves off this diagonal, then we do get a4, a5. So just a question of how Magnus wants to develop, but he's got the bishop defending both pawns. Like, even if we see double rooks here, what's happening, right? You're not making any threats. Knight c5, the knight makes it there. You generally don't want to take. There are some cases where you can definitely get away with taking, but it has to be super concrete. Like, you have to be winning material, or, you know, getting an open file or something, because generally speaking, the King's Indian, giving away your bishop, dark square bishop, for a knight, even a knight and a pawn, is often not even worth it. So, okay, this game looks more maneuvering. He has gone for that bishop trade. It's, you know, positionally speaking, it's the right trade. I'm going to leave these maneuvering bras to their own devices. And let's take a look at some of the other games, which look very wild. Okay, so in this game between Razvan and Irina, black gets the bishop to c3, white gets the knight to c6, and it's like, which one is more annoying? Generally, I would say the knight is more annoying than the bishop, right? It can just does more things, threatens more things. But what I will say is that the outside pass pawn potential for black is certainly much more dangerous than the, you know, d pawn potential for white. So that's why I think the position's balanced. But if I had to pick a side, I would usually say that I prefer the knight. Definitely, you know, it just seems easier to play with. But if black gets something like this concretely, the endgame could be quite bad. So my instinct is I prefer white, but I also know that these positions are very balanced. Takes. We'll see if anything develops here. In the meantime, Aryan's game, I mean, like, I'm immediately looking at this move as almost the only, like, first and maybe only move I'm thinking of. I'm sure there are other moves here, but it's like, that looks so devastating. Knight here. Knight here, maybe he wants to castle. How did we get here? d4, queen b3, takes, and it looks like Aryan is intending this move. This game is going to be very spicy though, right? Because it looks like he wants to castle, maybe get knight e4, and potentially hop into this square. And I mean, we all know it, but guess what else this move does? It says no to kingside castling. So I'm seeing this move. I can see this is the intention. Even if the knight goes here, I'm thinking that this might be the plan. Like, hey, go ahead, right? Take me. I mean, knight's coming to e4. You can't castle. This looks very, very good for white. So that's a tricky move by Aryan. Very enterprising. Very interesting. Okay. Meanwhile, in Jennifer Yu's game, she has gone knight c4 and knight d6. Taken on b5. And I was going to say, yeah, after knight c3, knight d5, white's kept the knight, which feels like an achievement. Like, if a pair of knights were traded, I'm not sure who it would help, but I assume black, just because of the cramped nature of the position. We love a spicy game. Yes, we do. Keep in mind, if somehow, I mean, very difficult notion, but if somehow we're able to score 3.5 points this round, the match would end in our favor. But it's not something you want to go all out and push for, of course, because there's still another round. Not a lot of time here for Jennifer. This move for sure looks annoying, but rook e8 is played, well, it's played against that. The thing is, I don't think pawn takes was the disturbing move. It was actually rook takes, pinning the knight. So pawn takes, rook takes feels difficult to handle. This looks like a very tough position to get out of. d5, I'm trying to even think what move is playable. Maybe the knight has to move. Takes, e5, and then move the queen. And then you're like taking advantage of the pin there, but something will probably fail tactically in that line. It's just that's all I can see right now. But it feels completely wrong. Like knight b5 is there as well. I don't know. Yeah, it feels like it's hard to hang on to the piece. I'll put it that way. What's happening in Magnus's game? He's got a big time advantage. He's also just sort of putting on a positional clinic here, right? He's got the rook defending the pawn, putting pressure on the a-pawn. King watches f3. Bishop watches the pawn. The pawn watches the pawn majority over there. So I wouldn't say that this is like easy to break through for white, but it's certainly a position that it seems like you can never lose, you know? Knight on amazing outpost. Black is kind of defending everything, fighting tooth and nail. So this is a classic Magnus position. I definitely do not think that this is a win, an easy position to win, but he's got a big time advantage and he can't lose the game. So I think Magnus is in a great spot. Yeah, I think everyone needs to remember something, which is that Jennifer Yu is an FM playing Grandmasters every single round. So let's say on paper, you know, the math doesn't say that her expected score is too far above 1 for all 4 games. And she has the last round against Irina Krush, who I think that's the game that really means the most to her. That's the other board 4. She did just lose this game, but this was very tough. In fact, this was the exact line I was talking about. And after bishop f8, I think here I was saying queen e8, but like the knight defending the queen, it just doesn't work. Rook takes d6, right? So, like I said, I couldn't find any way out of that. She ends up losing a piece here, but it's all about the last round for her. If she wins the last round, I think she'll be reasonably happy with how the days ended. Okay, threat here. If king up, then maybe knight back to c5. Magnus is pushing. Tough to win these. Okay, meanwhile, this game was the one I was thinking was just going to pop off. Knight e4, queen e7, and I mean, bishop b4 is screaming right now. Also takes in bishop b4. If you move the bishop, so here's the thing, if you move the bishop, black takes the pawn, there's no e3. If you play e3, you lose the bishop. So it's this like weird catch-22. I almost want to play king b1 or rook e1 or something. Like, I'm dying to play that move, to play e3 to kick that knight out, but it's not so easy. Looks like there's been a lot of simplifications in this game, so I just wanted to check in real quick. Razvan, I think you're always a little bit worse when you're dealing with a pass pawn because your rook is not playing the game. Like, it's just not able to move. But that being said, you know, you're maybe thinking about making your own pass pawn, try to distract white's pieces. And ideally, I think as black, you're going for a draw here, and you'd just like to trade, you know, your pass pawn for their pass pawn. Okay, well, huge threat here. Huge threat. Queen. I think this is almost the only move. Check queen g5. Yeah, I was thinking rook f7, just d7. Rook e7 now seems to be So rook e7, takes, king f7 looks good. It looks good because queen here runs into queen e4. Now, I know you can take this pawn, but the point is, like, black is easily making a draw there, if not more. Queen f5 played. Yeah, that's right. So rook e7 is covered for the moment. If king here, then maybe queen check. White still has a lot of tricks here, and with 5 seconds ticking down, this is not easy. Not easy at all. Rook e7 is still a mistake, I think. It's tough to find moves for white. h5. Oh, position's getting loose here. Now there's queen f3 ideas. It's tough to keep finding moves though. So rook here takes, king there, queen d7. There's going to be a draw, if not more. Whoa. Ooh, I think maybe that was possible because there was this check at the end. Oh my goodness, what a position. What a find. Rook takes d6. Now, you don't want to allow that rook check, though. I think he's got the handle on the position now. Because if that rook comes in, it's also white who will be... Oof. I think this is a good result. It's going to be a draw by repetition. I see that Aryan lost the game. I'll check that in a sec. Magnus is still playing, so I'm going to stick with the only live game that we have left. And then I'll check the rest of the games. So I think that's a very good hold there by Razvan. Jennifer, you lost her game. Aryan Tari lost his game. Magnus appears to be winning his game. And I'm going to, we're going to get back and cover what moves we missed. But for now, I'll just stick with the live position. Ooh, there might have been rook f6 check, rook there, knight e5. Kind of a cool move. Rook takes, yeah. That looks good enough. Yeah, this looks like it's, I mean, he's got a minute and a half as well, so lots and lots of time. The precision. The precision. Oh. Nasty. Nasty. Very, very nice from Magnus. And although we actually lost the round 2.5 to 1.5, it maybe, I don't know. I don't know if it could have been worse. I have to see Aryan's game, but it seemed like Razvan was on the ropes in his. And it's never a guarantee that Magnus is going to win that position that we left on. So I think 2.5 to 1.5 we'll take, especially considering the fact that we are ahead right now in the match. I'm just going to update the score here. So we should be at 6.5. To 5.5. I think it's, yeah, 6.5 to 5.5. I'm just going to update our score command as well. Very, very nice. All right, now let's take a look at what we may have missed here. Let's take a look at what we may have missed. This was really nasty from Magnus. So let's see how it happened first of all, because we saw all this. We saw all this. And I was saying, you know, of course this is a nice looking position, but is it winning? F4. I mean, this is just very nice. So he takes F4. Knight takes D6. I mean, this is an unreal breakthrough. I'm Myron. Bishop takes F4. Knight takes D6. And E5. Well, I mean, because if rook takes, I guess rook takes H7, and I mean, not only maybe will you lose a piece, rook H7, rook H8, rook H7 is going to be mate. Plus, there's E5 coming. I mean, this is nasty, nasty, nasty. I'm very impressed by this. Holy smokes. That's nasty. And then he's just got the pawns. They're just rolling. Yeah. And he's always going to win a bishop there. And then we saw the finish. Super nice. Rook takes F4. Damn. 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 So that was Magnus's game. There were other games as well. Jennifer had a tough go in this game. We actually saw most of the game. So not much to say here, except a reminder to everyone that Jennifer Yu is 2350 FM, and she's up against GMs every single game. So I'm just excited and hopeful that she does well in the next round, because she's up against Irina Krush, someone that she's played before, I believe has a winning record against. They've played a lot. And they've certainly met in a lot of US Women's Championships. So that's a big game. I think that will really decide whether or not she feels good or bad about the day of chess. But it's tough playing GM after GM. You know, just higher rated players every single game. So hopefully she can bounce back in the last round against Irina Krush. What the heck happened here? Wait a minute, we're just missing a rook. Unfortunate. This looks like a just a miss from Buddy Tari. Just a one move blunder, unfortunately. Yeah, he just missed queen c2 and queen takes d1. I mean, for a guy like Aryan, this might sound harsh, but that's a very basic tactic. He knows that, so he won't be happy with this miss. But for those in the chat, it is a very cool tactic. Basically, you wish your knight could be on this square, but of course your queen is there, so just all you need to do is remove your queen, and knight c2 would be winning. So may as well remove it for the most valuable piece available. And now he's just clearly worse, and no point playing this out. So poor Aryan. That's a tough loss. This was pretty convincing. But yeah, it's just like I said, one or two move tactic. That was the difference. That game was pretty much over right there, and then we actually witnessed this game. Good hold by Razvan. I think this was always a very equal game. So very equal game. So yeah, that's all the games from this round. We're getting set for the next round. Appreciate MapRail, 1500 bits, Chicken Pants, Dr. Lord Mayonnaise, Freddy Patzer, all with the bits. The bits do help us out, guys. I don't think every team is the exact same in terms of how they fund the team and pay the players, but I can tell you guys that for our team, it's primarily funded by ourselves and some private sponsors. So it's a lot. Takes a lot to get everything in motion. The players are all getting paid to play. So when you guys support the channel like this, it very directly helps us, you know, pay these players, because we got an exciting team. Magnus is on the team, Geary's on the team. I mean, the list goes on, but we want to pay our players for these dubs. And when you guys support, whether you're resubbing, even just watching, bits, donos, those all help out. So thank you guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate all those bits I see in the chat. The resubs, Half Full Nelson, Optical Monk, Mr. Henry 95. Thank you guys for the support. The collection plate, Chicken Pants. That's right. The collection plate. Everyone put in $1. So we're done round 3. Like I said, appreciate the bits support for the team. We are going into the most important round. This is the round where board 1 plays board 1, 2 plays 2, etc. Everyone's matched up with, you know, the corresponding board on the other team. All right. So this is a big round. What's our target score? We need 2. We need 2. All right, we're at 6.5 points right now. It's 6.5 to 5.5. If we get to 8.5, we win the match. So all that's needed is 2 points. So in this final round, what's super important is to be a little bit aware of the other results, the other players on your team, right? If Magnus is winning and, you know, Aryan is winning, then the other 2 boards could just offer a draw, you know, like if it's clear that they're winning. So there is some match strategy involved in following your teammates, you know, staying up to date and all that. So this is a big round, but in order to win the match, we need 2 points out of this round. And look at you guys passing around that collection plate. I tell you, Jumpy, he must have didn't realize there was an extra couple zeros on that bill you dropped in the collection plate there, Jumpy. Thank you very, very much for the 10,000 bits from Jumpy. Ask Anna 1,000 bits, Mickey 1,000 bits, and everyone can take the collection plate, the Church of Bra, drop in 100 bits, and pass it to the gentleman or lovely lady on your right or left. Thank you very much to Chicken Pants, Trouble with Chessbrahs, Freddy Patzer, Dr. Lord Mayo, S.J. McFarland, Chesspionage. Seriously, I appreciate you guys supporting the team. Hope you guys are enjoying it so far. But, I mean, it'd be so much better if we just get this dub, right? We can't do it without a dub. Tim Cannon, thanks for the $50. Big 50 from Tim. Very appreciated. Tim, Jumpy. And thanks again, Ask Anna and Mickey. T-Fox3939, thanks for the 8 months. AG with 1,000 bits. Corey Beckett, brand new Prime sub, if I'm not mistaken there. Thank you, Corey. Hello to Valentinian. Are players allowed to have the other games open? I don't actually know. I mean, I'm sure they've been told. But my understanding is absolutely yes. I mean, it's a team match. When you play the Olympiad in real life, players are all the time like thinking about their game, but also looking at all the other boards, maybe standing up, like having a look. You want to know exactly what's going on. And I mean, in a team match, that information should absolutely be available. So I think 100% yes. Thank you, Mr. Sweat, for 29 months. John Cardiff, 11 months with Prime. Thanks, Chicken Pants. Getting ready for the final round. I think it might be getting underway. There we go. Just getting underway here. And here we go. Big matchup. Jennifer Yu against Irina Crush. This is a big one. Board 4 matchup here. Just want to make sure I don't miss any of the other games. Holy cow, look at the support here. Chicken Pants, Smokey, Thanks for the bits, Molmshog, 1,000. Ambit Gambit, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Ambit Gambit and Red Pandas, thank you for the 6 months with Prime. But we're in the last round here, everybody. Canada Chessbrahs against the Charlotte Cobras. There's some big matchups happening. It's going to be Magnus against a Wonder Liang. But right now, Jennifer Yu Arena Crush on board 4. It is the Battle of the Ladies. Okay, I've played this opening before. I mean, white usually wants to go for something like this and bishop d3 castle. And there's a couple ways to play, but you know, you could go for a knight e5 setup. You could go for a queen e2 e4 idea. Sometimes if black plays this, though, you need to play bishop d2, bishop d3 castle instead. Because bishop b2, there's like knight e4, queen a5, and stuff like that. Yeah, so we do see bishop here instead of the desired bishop b2. So if black played like bishop here, then I imagine we might see this move instead. Let's bring our other game up here. Board 3, Razvan against Brandon Jacobson. And Razvan has had a great day so far, right? Let's not forget, Razvan in the first game should have beaten Eraditsky. He did not. They should have won that game. He also made an insane comeback against a Wonder. Then he drew against Irina Crush, so he's undefeated so far. I mean, Razvan came to play today. He's been performing phenomenally for us, and we got his last game here against Brandon Jacobson. We do have a Sicilian, bishop c6, h6, and bishop c1. Look at this. High T. Is he trying to bring the bishop back, or maybe just leave it there for the moment and get developed? It looks like, oh, other game has just started, has it? Here we go, Naroditsky against Tari. Another huge matchup. This is a board 2 battle. And then on board 1, we're gonna have a Wonder Liang against Magnus Carlsen. Yeah, I do have the score in the title. And we also have a command exclamation mark score in case you're not sure where we're at right now. Tari giving some odds. Yes. 45 seconds, a minute for the boys. Finally he sat down, waiting for the guy. Go Aryan. Maybe we need tech support again. Maybe we need all the boys in the room before Aryan feels comfortable making a move. Maybe we need Jeff behind him. Or the move's lagging or something. Maybe he's having like a Vishy Anand think on move 1. You know? Like thought for ages in a blitz game. He looks like he's having some issues. I'm not sure. Can't really tell. But maybe the transmission is not showing. I don't know. Oh wow, I didn't know my my highlights showed here. So if I go like this, and I go back here. Huh, that's weird. I can't tell if Aryan is can't tell what's going on here. It seems like he can't connect. I just don't know. Like, obviously he's just connected. I mean, we see him in the webcam. But he's having some trouble. But I feel like it happened also with another one of his games. But that game, it looked like Chess.com started the wrong matchup. Perhaps. I don't know. But 3-minute odds, and I think Magnus's game has started. Yes, he's off. Magnus with the black pieces is playing the French, by the way. If there's any French players here. Oh, maybe Magnus is Magnus is like probably got up to close the door. Like, dude, shut up. Like, he must not be able to connect to the game. It's the only explanation I can think of. I just don't understand what's going on. But like, what? I just don't know what could be happening because like you're connected to the Zoom call because we can all see it. Just don't really know what's happening with that game. Hard to tell without any, you know, any sound or any clue. I'm the same as you guys. I'm just watching the webcam, you know? Okay, what's happening in this game? It's actually turned into a, it's turned into a Queen's Gambit, but like, is this not a monumental Queen's Gambit for black? Like, this is basically a Queen's Gambit with b3 played, the bishop not here, and then the knight swinging to g3. It's like strange. So I definitely don't think the position is very good, but how would I play it? That's the next question. Bishop c3 and try to play this? Yeah. I mean, it's just not necessarily a good move next, but I want to play like, I mean, I can't even play rook e1 because of takes and takes. Position is definitely not good, but it's the opening, so I don't think... I'll try to see if I can get any info on Aryan, but very strange. Like, we can see the guy connected to the call just fine. Thanks, Smokey, for the bits. Kever, 33 months. Boatmaster for 2 months. Unsee, 2 years with us. Tektronic, Smokey, and Chicken Pants, thanks for the bits, rather. Bagels. Brendan, thanks for the 1,000. And Jumpy, thanks for gifting us up. Okay, again, everything here seems very, very good for black. Knight d2. The question is whether you want to save this bishop and then go knight d2, but everything I'm seeing here is super good for black. Not lost or anything, but just very comfy. Knight d2, I'm also wondering about knight g3. Like, you know? Because if you go here, like... Suppose that's not completely winning. This looks like the move, yeah. Okay, so honestly, this might be like very good for black, but it does get rid of some of the immediate danger. It's just that long term, this should be an issue. Like, we're probably gonna see moves like this. Tough position for Jennifer here. Let's have a look at this position. What the hell is happening here? Okay. I mean, Razvan's getting attacked, but I'm just gonna say, like, that pawn is about to be taken. He's fully all in here. Queen a5. The thing is, you get this check, but it's just one check. He's gonna castle. Makes sense. Is white gonna play bishop d2 maybe? Definitely looks like a good position for black with some of these attacking moves coming, but it's not mate. It's not mate. I have no idea what's going on. With the Aryan game, that is. Like, it keeps ticking away here, but I mean, the guy's at the computer. Like, what can he not access? No idea. I'm in the dark like you guys. Magnus playing the French here with black. I've played the French against the Wonder before, and my positions have never looked this nice. I mean, it's not like it's nice for black, but I mean, it's relatively expected so far for the French. Hello, Warshep. This position looks very tough to play. I'm trying to think how I would do this. Maybe like f4? I mean, f6 is happening. g4. Aryan really trying to remember theory? Well, I just don't have an explanation. I can't even think of what the issue could be. Is it like he showed up too late to the game or something by like one, I don't know, by like 1 minute and they just forfeit you? Is there another game going on that I'm missing here? Like, it looks like he's thinking, no? Like, I feel like I'm missing. Is the game going on? I'm missing it or something? It's confusing. Yeah, I wish I had an explanation, but I'm as clueless as everyone else. E5 should be an achievement here for Magnus. Okay, fairly even game. I mean, Magnus has won every game so far. Draw with black against board 1 would not be an underperformance at all. This game is, I mean, we've got 2 hanging bishops here. This is concerning, right? This game looks very bad. I think Jennifer's game after f3 would still be a struggle. f6 pawn takes. An important game, but I just don't know what's going on with Aryan's. That's like, because it shapes the entire round, you know? Yeah, Aryan looks like he's calculating, right? It's very strange. I feel like I'm not missing the game, though. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys, but like, I literally can't find this game. If it's actually happening, I can't find it. We need a big game, a big comeback from Jennifer here. Guys, I think this is the game that's going to decide the round. I'm officially calling it, rallying behind Jennifer Yu here, because this position looked like the worst to start off, as expected. Look, I mean, this game was one of the worst from Razvan. The guy really, really played well today, but his last game was unfortunately just dead. After queen takes here, queen there, and rook there is mate. So right now, the match is tied. 6.5, 6.5. Which means it all comes down to the remaining games. I can't even watch Aryan's game. Takes bishop c8 played. Okay, this is getting feisty here. Knight c4, I imagine bishop to g3 is the intention. But I mean, there's, I don't know, there's some kind of e5 move there. Maybe they're playing on the Fair Play server. I don't know. I should have access to that, though. I'm on like 2 different servers right now. Yeah, this game is over. Jennifer Yu is battling here. I mean, it's probably going to have to be e5. She's only got a minute. Only got a minute. Minute to 3 minutes in Magnus's game. He's taking a pawn, which is greedy, but you know what might be happening, guys, is Magnus might be looking at the other positions and saying, like, maybe I've got to play for a win here. You know? Because this looks... Here. I was thinking knight takes in queen e4, but again, I still don't know what's happening with Aryan's position. Magnus's position looks suspicious. It looks like he may have taken a2 to because of the early loss to try to generate more chances, like go for a win. Yeah, e5 doesn't seem like a good move in general, like, because you might end up with double pawns like that. But I will say that Jennifer's position might look the best it's looked in a while. It's well defended. There's ideas like knight here to maybe open up this bishop later. Rooks can get doubled. I still think I prefer black, you know, with h6, but I think Jennifer's done a very good job here. Yeah, c5 is a frustrating move. Like, as white, I want my bishop here and b4, a3. So that, I think that is a good move by black. d6, and because remember, there's nothing going on here. However, if white gets to even play e6 just once, that's a very good sign. I see that Tari is in the middle of a game against Naroditsky, but like I'm just not able to find it. I only have this game, just not doing anything. Go Jennifer. Magnus's position is loose right now, very loose. But this is a big game. This one right here. This is the position Magnus has. The pawn is obviously trying to get to a4 to support the bishop, but I mean he just has to deal with a queen on h7, which is not fun for anyone. So Magnus is definitely in a worse position here. He's down on time. He's going to have to find something. Meanwhile, black getting trades is always a good sign. Good sign for Irina here. How do we generate counterplay? It's only going to happen if we push that pawn. And that bishop is simply never moving. It's such an annoying situation. But c4 happens. I could see, bishop getting to d4. h6 looks strong. Don't want to blunder queen h4 here. Need that time to get a little lower. Otherwise, it's going to be tough to, get Irina to make any mistakes here. Right now, everything is so compact, well defended. We want to watch out for this. Rook d3. I think we'll see the bishop go back. Yeah. Time is getting lower for black. We need that bishop to move. We need that bishop to move. e4. She's playing quickly. She needs to watch that square, though. She's shuffling, which is probably the right thing to do if you're not sure of a plan. Hey, don't be afraid. Ooh, there might have been a tricky idea there. Okay. They made a draw. It's objectively, it's a good result for Jennifer. I mean, she's worse, right? She is worse, clearly, but I think it's not the worst result. The problem is that Magnus went hunting for that pawn on a2 back here, and obviously Irina had probably seen this position and said, okay, it looks good for my team. I'm okay with a draw, because this is nasty move, rook e5. And I don't see how Magnus can survive this. Maybe not even Magnus can do it. We'll see. This would be ultra impressive, and I just can't watch Tari's game. I just can't watch the game. I just don't know what's happening in it. But obviously Tari now probably has to win, and Tari winning would bring it to a tie, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it would bring it to a tie. So Tari is in a must-win game based on what I see here. So we had an early loss from Razvan. Magnus went hunting for a pawn. I should be lost here. He's only at 30 seconds. I'm seeing this move. To be fair, I'm not seeing the complete knockout. But, if Magnus gets one move in, at least he has hope. There's no pass pawns for white. And the one thing I mentioned about Naroditsky was that he just doesn't give up, and you never get an easy win against him. If you think that's true about Naroditsky, it's definitely true about Magnus. Just any super strong player. Nakamura is another great example. He'll just never blunder and then lose 2 moves later. That happens a lot to me. I think you guys can relate. When you make a mistake, you'll usually just lose a couple moves later because you're just blundering and it all goes downhill. But these very, very strong players tend to be able to defend really bad positions really well. At least always be able to find the best move. Vinces, thanks for these 26 months, and Chicken Pants, thanks for the bits. So if Magnus loses, then Aryan has to win. I just don't know what's happening in his game. Just making sure I'm not missing it. Yeah, he goes for this. So if king here, there's no... Yeah, queen takes and rook takes is just forced. I was going to say, if king there, queen takes f7. But I think he spent the time, and this rook. Wondering how it's going to be evicted. So there's b6. I mean, king b6 isn't an option, right? If rook a8, king b7, of course. And king here, b5 and king here. But then once you get the pawn down there, actually, yeah, this maybe is the one to try. f4, g5, king here. Let's see, rook here, here. And the bishop is kind of watching that. I don't know. At least that's a game, right? At least you're playing. This is what I'm saying. Like, it might be losing, but Magnus is gonna make him find every good move. Still some hope here. Yeah, this is the only plan for black. So at least Magnus's moves are so obvious that they're instant, right? This is only one thing you can try. 30 seconds ticking down. The thing is, if a wonder pulls this out, I mean, it's just credit to him, right? The position, I'm not sure if it's like completely winning, but it certainly looks close. By the way, maybe is this move more accurate? I can't tell. King here was my idea initially, like get the pawn all the way. Because it's nice that this bishop defends from so far away, right? You can like watch your pawn and watch this pawn. Bishop here to get the pawn, unfortunately, is not in time. So it's going to be king here, and if rook there, then pawn up, takes, and bring the king, and yeah, so if rook here, then king here. I think. I thought the rook might end up there before. What happens here? Wait, is Magnus gonna win this game? No, this is just sick. This is just sickening. He's gonna find a way to win this game. But that's unbelievable. Someone tell me how he does this. How the actual fuck does this guy do this? I mean, it's insane. His hands are up. Like, he doesn't even know what happened there. That's insane. What the fuck did we just witness? How does he do that? I mean, I'm just... He won every single game. He just won every single game. He just flipped a full point around. Should have been a loss. Is now a victory on the board. I wish I could follow the game. I mean, I'm going to have to pull up like the chess.com broadcast, guys, because I mean, quite simply, like I just don't, I can't find it. It's just not here. Like I can't watch it. I don't know where this game's being broadcasted. There's some issue with the game. I'm just going to have to bring up the chess.com broadcast for now. I wonder, just choking that out is absolutely insane. Like, I can't believe that just happened. I'm so in shock right now. And this is his reaction, the live reaction. This is the Magnus effect. That is unbelievable right there. Unbelievable. Look at the smile from Razvan too. Look at the smile from Razvan. He know like he's the support from the boys there. Oh my goodness. That is absolutely insane what we just witnessed. I'm just gonna leave this on the broadcast because this is the only way we're gonna this is the only way we're going to be able to follow the last game. So we're just gonna stay here and watch. I'll get rid of these cameras for us just for a sec. I mean, that's crazy. Here we go. We have to we have to bring this, don't we? We have to bring this. I mean, that's just insane. I don't know how, but I believe that Aryan now can make a draw, right? What the hell? Wait a minute. Why is there... Wait a minute. What is going on here? Where is this music playing from? I swear I have nothing playing. Did it just come on automatically? There's no music playing right now. Where is this coming from? My hands are literally in the air. Where is this music coming from? It's like, it's possessed. Oh, I'm not touching. My hands are up. I'm just watching. I'm just in the chat with you guys now. No, the computer's possessed. The computer's possessed. It just wants to play Sandstorm. All we need is a draw from Big Tari. A draw, and that is huge for Tari. That's a victory for the boy. That is a victory. That is an official victory. Yes, boys, yes. Let's go. That is huge. That should be 8.5, right? That should be 8.5. Let's go. That's massive. Holy cow, what the hell just happened? We flipped a full point around. 8.5 to 7.5. Holy smokes. And you can see there, Magnus getting 4 full points for the team. Oh yeah, we're listening to the music video. This is great. Got the dogs barking. I don't know how the hell that happened. Magnus winning that is just ludicrous. Like, what? That is too crazy. That is too crazy. That's why he gets paid the big bucks. Majestic Pebble, thanks for the 2 months. Isler, thanks for the 7. The Warden, appreciate the 38 months from you. Jeez. What can I say, guys? Askena, thanks for the 5 gifted subs. JT Foxy, 1,000 bits. The Warden, as I said, appreciate the long resub. Belly Dad, 20 months. Nicholas Tice, 64-month resub. Long time, Nicholas. Tone Cruise, 27 months. Stamper, 100 bits. And haha, your own. Appreciate the 11 from you. What was this? What was this game? Like, what are you supposed to do though as white? I'm asking, like, honestly. What are you supposed to do? I mean, just crazy. Just crazy. Chesscom DE, thanks for the raid. Welcome to the Deutschlanders, exactly.
Hey.
You're fucking animals, what you are.
Yeah?
What the fuck, man?
You think so?
I think so, brah.
Should probably be in the shot for once.
Yeah, we were listening to...
Let's go, boys.
Let's go, boys.
Johnny, Dad.
What a close,
sorry.
What a close match.
Aryan, what was going on? I had no idea what was going on in your game in the last round. Like, on the webcam, it looked like all weird.
So what happened was I went to the room to drink some water. I came and I had 9:40.
Yeah?
So I came 20 seconds late. And that's fine. I could just
Yeah?
try to make a move and they just aborted it.
Uh-huh.
And then they started again. And then we played 10 moves and then they again aborted it. Then I was waiting for 10 minutes. Apparently what was happening was Dania had the game and my time was just running, but I didn't get the game. So something
Yeah,
was inside.
I had that as well. We were all like, you just weren't moving, and I was like, shit, is there something
Yeah,
wrong?
no, I just didn't have the game up. That was...
Jeez.
Wow. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, you had fun?
Oh, yeah. But I need some breakfast now. That's what I say.
yeah, we definitely need breakfast.
Jesus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I just took an A2, yeah.
We were
Can
wondering,
we-
did you see other games? And that's why you took maybe? Or no, you just...
No. Because I was trying to update the score, but I didn't see. No, I mean, I just didn't see V3.
Yeah.
I thought he would take and go... But B3 here also I thought... I didn't realize that I'm probably just lost, no?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
pretty
bad.
much lost. Yeah, I didn't see this at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I also, yeah, this was insane. Like, I just didn't see Rook E5.
Yeah, it was,
And
it
now
was
I was
sick.
just thinking like, okay, now I just lost us the match.
Brilliancy prize, yeah. Well,
And okay, I gotta say he made his first mistake here. Because he played Rook E8 in 2 seconds.
mm-hmm.
Like, if he goes Bishop E8, or I assume...
Because then
like,
he collects.
Yeah, he collects B3 and the game is
Mhm.
so over.
Yeah.
And I would say like this position you can already sort of come back from.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
So you can see A4
yeah, you can
coming.
see A4 coming
And he doesn't have like an H pawn. Like he doesn't have a pass
no, exactly. He doesn't have a pass pawn.
That's a big
and
deal.
his king is horrible. Like, you can see it. So
Mhm.
I'm still shocked
Yeah, of course.
by the fact that he's just exchanged queens. Because unless you see a forced win, you should never
keep
do
the
that.
queens
Yeah, just keep the
by
queens
principle.
and then
Queen F4
Yeah,
and
Queen
just
F4,
go.
whatever. What can I do? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Got too
yeah, so
nervous.
this. No, he was smelling the victory. So I mean, objectively, I guess this is fine, but
Yeah.
Also, yeah. Also here, just here, you can cage the king, then take on f7.
Aha.
And,
Just the same line, but
yeah,
a bit better.
Just yeah, for sure. No, that was crazy. So here, no, here I'd hope.
Yep. Well, the thing is, at least your plan is like you can play it pre-move almost. Like you only have one thing to do.
Yeah. And so okay, he went for this, which is logical, but again, as long as it doesn't win immediately, so it's not so easy. Okay, we go for this. Oh, it's actually a draw?
Well, the problem is it's a draw, but I'm also even struggling to make it with white.
No, but
Yeah, so
the thing is, here I was thinking for a bit. I didn't have a lot of time, but I was thinking that I have chances at the very least. But I thought this was really clever.
Yeah.
And this is again habits, you know, and knowledge of the classics. Because I was thinking of the old Reti study where you have to keep both directions for the king instead of one. So I'm going two ways.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because King E4 was actually extremely
and then
important.
like also here it's so nasty that King E4 even blocks off his king. And I can imagine he was pretty tilted. So what I thought was that Rook A1.
Yeah, I thought Rook A1 first.
Was still winning, but I guess I go and take here. I mean, I sort of thought. Oh, okay. So this is not the way. Can I go here? Is this
the
the
long
draw?
way.
Is this the draw? No. Ah, so it's like Aryan suggested, yeah, that you just have. This is actually a draw. It just felt like
Yeah, it felt wrong.
Felt like
But I guess it takes so long.
Yeah, it takes so long to get around. Okay, this is interesting. And now, of course, my king has sort of the shorter.
So just one tempo, yeah.
The shorter way.
It is one tempo.
Yeah, this is pretty sick.
Yeah.
This is really sick.
Of course, he saw. This.
I think that would have been a
Of course.
fitting conclusion to the match and a draw.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But wow. And here.
But there was a clear moment where the draw became harder for white to make than black.
Yeah.
And it started to.
Here I can just. I didn't see him on cam, but yeah, I felt a bit sorry because he must have been so tilted.
I did witness the cam and it was not.
Yeah.
He was real tilt.
And here, yeah, Bishop G8 as well. It's just a nasty move.
Oh man.
That was good.
That feels a little dirty, but we needed it because Razvan had a great match, but a bad last game.
Yeah, and then I understood that Jen made a draw from a bad position.
Bad position, yep.
Everything went our way the last
Aryan
game. I
was
was under some pressure.
Aryan was under. Yeah, that was sick. Like we were dominating the match.
Yeah, exactly.
Until the last round, and then.
Last round, everything.
Like if Aryan had won the penultimate game, the match would have been pretty much over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I wonder. I was at a +2 position and I lost in 2 moves. Just blundered.
Yeah, you had a great
It's very
position.
Unfortunate. But
Wow.
yeah, we won the match. That's what matters.
Holy cow.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Wow.
no, that was very exciting. We're on like a 1 minute delay here as well, but that was very, very entertaining. You guys didn't need to make it that entertaining.
No.
could have done with just a win. But oh yeah, you got away with one.
Yeah, that was sick. Well, if that's any indication of how the season's gonna go, it's gonna be quite the ride.
Yeah. I saw Geary was tweeting for the boys. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I hope he was. I hope that tweet was not hacked. Okay. Yeah.
Hungry.
Really hungry.
Yeah.
Need
Yeah.
some. And then I hear rumors that Aryan's gonna be back for Title Tuesday.
Rumors, yeah.
The rumors that you just created.
Yes.
That's funny.
I heard them as well.
Yeah. Okay. We'll
Yeah.
see. Yeah, that was fun.
Get some
That was
food.
great.
Boys, good
Yeah.
games. That was very entertaining.
Good job, boys.
Happy you could
Yeah, no, after the game I lost with White in that +2, but I was very afraid the team would fuck up because of me. But
yeah.
yeah, no, that
Well,
was,
we had no idea what was going on in your last game. So we were worried that like you lost connection. It was like we just couldn't find the game. I couldn't watch it. It wasn't available, so we were in the dark the whole time. We're like, I don't know how his position is. Does he?
Yeah, that was weird. Like he was seeing the game, you guys were seeing it, but I wasn't seeing the game, so I didn't understand. And after 6 minutes, it told me to refresh. So, yeah.
Damn. We also had 50 subs come in from Jumpy. Thanks a lot, buddy. GG's, Aryan. Getting some food, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Sorry?
Are you joining?
I'll hang here for a sec, but yeah, I might. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. We've got people here. Good people of Twitch that need attending to. What the hell did you guys think of that match? I mean, we had Magnus here to just talk about that final game, which was probably just a complete shit show, but that was very cool. That was very cool. I still can't fucking believe he won this game. I mean, the tilt that we saw from a Wonder is like real true tilt. Completely understand it. Like, I would be on massive tilt here. This is like your chance to not only probably win the match for your team, but win against Magnus. And somehow you go from like this amazing tactical sequence, rookie 5, here, and Magnus was saying that a Wonder just played too quickly. He played rook takes e8 like that, like immediately. Right? But he should have played bishop takes, which looks weird because the rook's under attack. But he played this and gave up the bishop, and actually it's a bit tricky here, as Magnus pointed out. Still winning, but you're forcing yourself to find better move after better move. Whereas bishop takes e8, which doesn't look right, it just doesn't feel correct, was actually the right move. Gonna put some music back on here. Yeah, so bishop takes e8 takes, and Magnus was saying, I mean, this line is completely winning. Super easy, and you have the pass pawn. So the fact that a Wonder didn't take the time when he had 4 minutes, he just played this in like 2 seconds, literally immediately. Magnus took here, and all of a sudden, not so easy at all. Not so easy at all. So we tie the last round 2-2 in the most unexpected fashion. And we did win the match. We actually won the match. I just can't believe Magnus won this. This was insane. Thanks, guys, for the support. Treble Chessbase, thanks for the 100 bits. Velvet Canyon 19, 2-month resub. Lacroix, thanks for the prime sub. And as I said, Jumpy, thank you so much, buddy, for the 50 gifted subs. I just can't believe we won this match in that fashion. I thought we were going to win it nice and easy. I really did. But we won the first match, and just to give everyone another reminder, the Pro Chess League, we have 3 matches. So we played our match for this week. Schedule. So look at the schedule here, right? Week 1, February 14th to 17th. Week 2, so our next match is going to be on one of these dates. I'm not sure it's been confirmed exactly which one for us, but those are the dates, February 21st to 24th. Week 3, February 28th to March 3rd. And then after these 3 weeks, if we are one of the top 2 teams, like have one of the best records, then we advance to the playoffs. Hey, is that Eric? What's going on here? Why can't I hear this? Wait a minute, Eric's talking. Go, Eric. Go, Eric.
A good example of it. Three games, professional finals. I would say probably two highlights, one of the chess, but a big one. Very nice. Had a big crowd there. Got to see the meeting chess club, and now with this moment. I said we won. Jennifer's not here. She's chess players, you gotta like. Teams and I want to have a little bit of a touristy experience. Got to pitch them on visiting again. Yeah, yeah. Joey, he got into chess.
Yeah, we had a YouTube video about Magnus at pub chess.
Yeah, he hang out with because he does. He's from this for the Reds, too, so he's basketball world.
Go, Joey.
He's gone a lot better. So he's been really interested. Baseball stand. Has it for him, and he'll be surprised. Season or
Now, yeah. Take a little break before you. Thank you.
Absolutely, no. Thanks for having me on. My first impression so far. This was super exciting. You know, people get to see more of it. I very don't think people should take out charity or post that.
I completely agree. Team formats are the best. Like, by far to me.
Making me want to play.
Let's get Robert on a 10-day.
If we're allowed to have a practice squad, I can do it. Maybe somebody gets injured.
Robert has on the 10-day confirmed.
Always good to hear from you. Congrats again to the team.
Thanks, Robert.
Heard it. Eric Hansen, Grandmaster, Chessbrahs team captain. His team over.
Go, Eric. That was a really exciting match. Maybe I'll leave this up for a sec. See the results from today. Crushing victory from the Yogis there. They didn't even need the fourth and final round. We barely beat Charlotte, but it's still a win. And like I was explaining here, if we are in the top 2 teams after the first 3 matches, then we advance. If we're not, we have to play 2 more weeks. So basically, we have 2 more matches next week and the week after that. If we win them both, we'll definitely be in top 2, and then we get 2 weeks off because the other teams have to play those weeks to see who qualifies, who doesn't. And then we get qualified for the playoffs. So I think I'm going to say goodbye for now. The stream may indeed come back on for the late title Tuesday. I'm not sure. That's in an hour, so not that much time. Late title Tuesday in an hour. Stream might come back on, but I'm going to end right now to grab some lunch with the team, celebrate the win. And we do have a delay on the stream right now. So even if we are going to turn the stream back on, we got to get that delay out of here. Because man, if it's not real time, I mean, I miss you guys. What can I say? I'm saying something and it's 60 seconds until you guys hear it. Oh my goodness, I don't think I can handle that. So we got to get the delay off no matter what. I will say as we end here that we've been talking about our Green Chef promotion the last month. I want to let everybody know that it will actually expire, which means our discount, 60% off plus free shipping. It will expire at the end of this week. All right, so this work week, Friday. So if you want to take advantage of the discount, it's only on for a couple more days. It's ending very, very shortly. So take advantage of it, ! Green Chef, 60% off, free shipping. It's a great deal. We've already had nearly 80 people sign up, get it delivered. A lot of people have posted pics of their meals that they've cooked, but it's just healthy food delivered to your door, only for the US customers though. So if you're in the US, this is for you. It's a great deal. The food gets delivered to you with the ingredients, instructions on how to cook it, prepare it, as well as the right portions. So if you're in the US, take advantage of it. Our promo's only on for a couple more days. So thank you for watching, guys, tuning into the coverage. The team got the dub. That's what's most important. Go boys, go ladies. It's great to have Jennifer, you playing for us, and we'll be back next week with more PCL. Might be back soon with Late Title Tuesday. It is Valentine's Day. I'll say happy Valentine's Day. See you guys soon. All right, I'm going to send the raid off here. Who's still going? Who's still going? All right. Let's go to... I'm actually going to send a raid back to Chess Dojo. They sent a raid when we just started our stream, so let's get them back. Chess Dojo Live. I'm going to send the raid over there, and I'll say goodbye to everyone. Thanks for watching the coverage, and most of all, thanks for the support. Like I said, the Chessbrahs here, we are funding our team along with some private donors who we really, really appreciate. And when you guys donate during these streams, it really helps us cover those costs of making sure these players get paid as they should. Is that all these players are getting an appearance fee of some sort. So thanks again for all the donos during the PCL.